Hi there, I'm Gareth Marlowe and
I'm Keir Finlow-Bates.
hi Keir, and we are here in a really hard to decipher location somewhere in the world.
It's Cambridge.
It's Cambridge. So Keir's over here for the weekend because he's doing what I'm doing tonight, which is going to a reunion of the students that he was with college with.
89 to 92.
And I've taken this opportunity just to nip into town, say hello, because I haven't seen Keir for quite a while. And we're just having a quick chat. So anyway, a couple of years ago, Keir and I spent some time working together professionally, and I got involved with Keir's work with his company, Chainfrog. Keir, what were you doing with Chainfrog at that point?
Yeah, so we were developing this product to connect databases together using a blockchain, in short. And we asked Gareth if he would be a coach for us, give us some coaching, and a CEO coach, and also sort of general helping with working out the product roadmap. And in fact, he even came over to Finland for an extended weekend to do that.
Happy times, good times.
And good, yeah.
So look, just talking a little bit about coaching. I do coaching all the time. That's the majority of my week is working with people coaching. But I don't talk much about being on the receiving end of it. What's it like being on the receiving end of being coached?
It's painful.
Excellent, good, thank you.
Yeah, it was incredibly useful. Firstly, Gareth knew an awful lot of stuff about the business of software that I knew nothing about. So in that sense, actually starting to recognize where we were supposed to be going and what means there are of getting there was really valuable. But I think actually the bigger thing is that it ties into this concept of mentoring, that you may think you can go it alone, but anything that we do where we achieve something, there's usually somebody else who's either been there before or who's looked at it before who talks you through it. And that's why we have PhD supervisors or teachers, basically. So that was the real key thing, somebody to come in and actually mentor our process.
And what would you say, having been through that process, having worked with a coach, what would you say is a good trigger point for somebody to think, actually, maybe it's worthwhile speaking to somebody externally?
I think there's probably two. One is if you're totally lost.
Mm-hmm.
If you've got a product idea, but you have no idea what the next step to take is, and you've read some books and they're giving you some hints, but you feel unsure. So that would be the first one, is insecurity.
Mm-hmm.
And ironically, the second one would be the flip side, which is if you've been doing stuff and you've been really confident of how well it's going, but suddenly you hit a speed bump.
Right.
That speed bump should be an indicator to you that you need to think about getting somebody from outside in to look at this, because you've got too closed in your own little world and you need some outside eyes to actually critically assess what you're doing, because it's your baby. You're not going to, nobody thinks their own baby is ugly.
Right.
You need somebody else to come in and say, well, maybe you want to consider this.
Is that why I made you cry? Because I said, yeah.
Well, that was part of it.
No.
And the other one was just suddenly realising the sheer enormity of the task I'd set myself.
Right.
Before I'd looked at little pieces, and Gareth helped me line them all up. And a journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step.
Right.
If at the very beginning you discover that it's going to be 1,000 miles, you probably wouldn't take that first step. But we were at a point where we'd taken 10 steps, and now we needed to know exactly what kind of footwear we were going to need and how long it was going to take. And Gareth helped us with that.
Excellent. Great. Okay. Well, Keir, you've got stuff to do this afternoon. I've got stuff to do this afternoon, so we're bringing it to a close there. Great to see you.
Wonderful to see you too.
Enjoy the rest of your time back in this wonderful city.
And follow his LinkedIn feed. He's really good.
Thanks.
Okay.
All right. Cheers. I'm Gareth, and we'll see you next time.
Bye for now.
Bye.